Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into another hilarious episode of Grizzy and the Lemmings, and this one is an absolute classic. We're talking about the epic Lemming Bowling chaos. Get ready for some serious Grizzy versus Lemming mayhem. So, the story kicks off with Grizzy, our lovable but perpetually annoyed bear, just trying to enjoy a quiet day. He's got his TV, his comfy chair, and a bowl of his favorite chocolate spread. Life is good, right? Wrong. Because where there's Grizzy, the Lemmings are never far behind, and today, they've got a brand new obsession: bowling. But this isn't your average bowling game. Oh no, the Lemmings have turned the entire cabin into their personal bowling alley. They were using anything and everything as pins, from jars of Grizzy's precious chocolate spread to, well, Grizzy himself. The first shot is a strike, not with a bowl, but with a lemming rolled up into a tight little ball, soaring through the air and crashing right into Grizzy's carefully constructed snack pyramid. The look on Grizzy's face is pure, unfiltered rage. You know this is just the beginning. Grizzy, of course, isn't one to just sit back and let his peaceful day be ruined. He confiscates their makeshift bowling ball and pins, thinking he's solved the problem, but he underestimates the Lemmings' resourcefulness. They're like tiny furry engineers of chaos. They quickly find new pins, the Rangers trophies, the fire extinguisher, even the cuckoo clock on the wall. The chaos just escalates. Now Grizzy decides to fight fire with fire. If they want to bowl, he'll show them how it's done. He grabs a real bowling ball from the Rangers storage and sets up his own lane. He's determined to beat them at their own game. He winds up for the perfect throw, eyes on the prize. He releases the ball, and is a beautiful, powerful shot that goes straight through the wall of the cabin, leaving a perfect, bear-sized hole. Classic Grizzy. His attempts to outsmart the Lemmings always seem to backfire in the most spectacular ways. The Lemmings, meanwhile, are having the time of their lives. They see Grizzy's failure as a new opportunity. They start using the bowling ball as a launch pad, catapulting themselves across the room. One Lemming even manages to ride the ball like a rodeo bull. It's a whirlwind of blue fur and squeaky laughter. Grizzy is getting more and more frustrated, chasing them around the cabin, slipping on discarded bowling pins, and generally causing more destruction himself than the Lemmings are. The centerpiece of this whole fiasco has to be the giant pin setup. The Lemmings manage to stack almost every object in the cabin into a massive wobbly tower. It's their grand finale. They need a ball big enough for the job. Their solution? They find a giant inflatable globe. Grizzy sees this and has a brilliant, or so he thinks, idea. He's going to pop their fun once and for all. He grabs a pin, a literal pin this time, and charges towards the globe. But the Lemmings are one step ahead. As Grizzy lunges, they pull a rope, and a giant magnet that was conveniently hanging from the ceiling swings down and snatches the metal pin from Grizzy's paw. The magnet then swings back and latches onto a metal beam, pulling the globe with it. The globe is now a massive swinging pendulum of destruction, and Grizzy is directly in his path. He tries to run, but he's Grizzy. He trips, he stumbles, he gets tangled in a rug. The globe swings back and forth, narrowly missing him each time, adding to the tension and the comedy. The Lemmings are perched on top of the cupboards, cheering and directing the chaos like tiny evil conductors. Finally, the inevitable happens. The rope holding the magnet snaps. The giant inflatable globe, with all the momentum of its swings, comes hurtling down. It doesn't hit the pin tower though, of course not. It lands squarely on Grizzy, who gets squashed flat like a pancake. The globe then bounces off him and sails perfectly towards the Lemmings' massive tower of junk, resulting in the most glorious, chaotic strike you've ever seen. Objects fly everywhere: jars, books, trophies, and of course, chocolate spread splattering all over the walls. The Lemmings celebrate their victory with a triumphant cheer, sliding down a river of chocolate spread. And what about Grizzy? We see him slowly peel himself off the floor, dizzy, covered in goo and utterly defeated. He looks at the camera with that signature expression of pure exasperation, the universal sign for I give up. He just wanted a quiet afternoon. And instead, he got a full-blown bowling tournament in his living room. And that's the magic of Grizzy and the Lemmings. It's non-stop slapstick action where the simplest plans escalate into absolute pandemonium. You can't help but feel a little bad for Grizzy, but you also can't help but laugh at the sheer creative genius of the Lemmings' mischief. Every episode is a wild ride, and this one is a perfect example of why we love this show so much. What's your favorite Grizzy and the Lemmings moment? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear which episode made you laugh the hardest. This show is just pure, uncomplicated fun, and it's a great reminder that sometimes, the best comedy doesn't need a single word of dialogue. That's all for today's deep dive into the Lemming chaos. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button. And, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more cartoon fun and analysis. We've got plenty more hilarious adventures to explore together. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.